Wait, don't click away. If you love the screech of the Torino, the banter in the squad room, and that we got this knot between partners, this one's for you. Please watch till the end, because I'll share a short tribute ritual we can do together, plus a quick timeline recap so you can remember who was who and where we last saw them. This is a gentle, respectful look at the Starsky and Hutch actors we've lost, told with love and simple detail. David Soul was the calm in the storm. As Kenneth Hutch Hutchinson, he gave the show a steady heart. He could be gentle one minute and all in the next. He handled danger with cool eyes and a clear voice. Off duty on the series, he was the friend who kept Starsky grounded. After the show, he kept creating. He sang songs that went to the top of the charts, with Don't Give Up On Us still playing in people's heads all over the world. He moved across the ocean, made a home in Britain, and worked on stage with the same easy grace we saw on TV. He faced health battles with quiet courage, including cancer and lung problems, and kept his focus on the work he loved. He passed away in London on January 4, 2024, at 80, surrounded by family. When reruns roll and the Torino roars, you can still feel him in every look and every line. Hutch never really leaves the car. He just takes the wheel in our memories. Bernie Hamilton was the voice you heard in your head when things got rough. Get out there and do the job. As Captain Harold Dobby, he set the rules, then backed his guys when it counted. He wasn't just the boss, he was the anchor. He brought fairness to the part. He brought weight. He brought care. On TV at that time, seeing a black police captain hold the room with that kind of strength mattered. It told young viewers they belonged, too. Away from the badge, he made music, ran a club, and poured his heart into art and business. He passed away on December 30th, 2008, at 80. Think of him when you hear the office door slam, or when you picture a captain who is hard, but fair. Bernie set the bar. Richard Lynch walked into scenes like a ghost from a harder world. In Quadromania, as Lionel Fitzgerald too, he carried a cold edge that made your skin prickle. He was a former stage actor in the story, a man broken and dangerous. And Richard made you believe it with a look. His real life gave him depth. As a young man, he survived a terrible fire that changed his face and changed his path. He used that pain and turned it into power on screen. You saw him in many shows, always with that same quiet chill. In June 2012, friends went to check on him after they hadn't heard from him for days and found he had passed at home. Some reports say it had been about a week. He was 72. It's a hard detail to take in, but it fits the way he worked. Strong, private, and unforgettable. When a scene needs tension, many actors try. Richard just arrived, and the room felt different. Alex Rocco brought street truth wherever he went. In The Plague, he helped turn a two-part story into a race against time. He knew how to stand like a man with a history, with shoulders that looked like they carried real weight. He learned that stance the hard way in his early years back east. Then remade himself in Los Angeles with the help of good teachers and steady work. People know him from movies, from cartoon voices, and from a famous turn in a classic crime film. In Bay City, he made the stakes feel real. He passed away on July 18, 2015, at 79, after a fight with pancreatic cancer. When you hear a gravel tone cut through a line, when you see a smirk that says I've seen things, think of Alex. He earned that truth. Peter McLean could shift shape between roles and still hold your eye. On Starsky and Hutch, he did it not once, but 3 times. Professor Gage in Class and Crime, Judge Raymond McClellan, and Matt Coyle as Gage. He had the cool, flip bite of a mind that thinks it's smarter than the room. He gave the detectives a real puzzle and gave viewers a villain with brains as sharp as the car's paint. He had stage roots and camera skill, and he brought both to set. He passed away on May 28, 2003, at 67, after a fight with lymphoma. You can watch his scenes today and still feel that UHO tickle in your gut when he smiles. That's the mark of a pro. Suzanne Summers is known to the world as the queen of sitcom charm, but before the big laugh, she stepped into Bay City. In The Vampire, she played Linda Offenbecker, a dance student pulled into fear and danger inside a ballet school that hid dark things. She gave the part a soft glow and a brave core, and you cared what happened to her right away. It was a hint of how she could light up the screen with simple truth. Later, she became a star, an author, and a fighter who never stayed down. She passed away on October 15, 2023, one day before her 77th birthday. After a long battle with breast cancer, Next time you catch that spooky Halloween episode, remember the young face who stood her ground and turned a guest shot into a full moment. Ken Kercheval knew how to wear a suit and a stare. In Targets Without a Badge, he played Deputy D.A. Claiborne, a rare ally with a real spine and a story about power and trust. Many fans know him from a primetime soap where he played a rival you love to hate. On Starsky and Hutch, he leaned into the gray spaces of law and duty and gave them shape without a single wasted word. He passed away on April 21, 2019. At 83, his work reminds you that a scene can turn on a raised eyebrow and a simple no. That takes years to learn, and he made it look easy. Charles Napier brought muscle and menace. In Texas Longhorn, he showed up as John Brown Harris, a sailor hooked on heroin whose crime kicks off a rough chase. He was blunt, strong, and scary in the way real trouble is scary. No big speech, just force. He did that again and again in films and TV, giving cops and heroes someone to push against. He had served in the Army. He had taught in a classroom. He knew how to stand tall and fill a doorway. He passed away on October 5, 2011, at 75. When a show needs a hard wall for the good guys to hit, the camera still looks for a face like his. Let's take a breath and talk about why this show still hits us. It wasn't only the car, the gun, or the chase. It was the bond. To friends who would go into fire for each other. A captain who could scold them and still cover them. Guest stars who arrived, did real work, and left you thinking after the credits. That's why saying goodbye to these actors feels so close. Their best scenes live on, so they never fully leave. Before we end, a word on the found after 7 days shock in the title. Loss is never neat. For some, help arrives too late. For others, friends only realize something is wrong after days go by. That detail hurts. It also reminds us to check on people we haven't heard from in a while. Text someone tonight. Call tomorrow. Knock if you can. You may feel silly. You may also save a life. Thank you for staying to the end. If this brought back good memories, please like the video so other fans can find it. And subscribe for more deep dives into classic TV. Tell me in the comments which Starsky and Hutch moment still gives you chills. Was it a turn in the plague, a quiet look from Hutch, a blow-up in Dobby's office, or a guest star who stole the scene? I read your stories, and I love seeing how these lives touch yours. They gave us speed, heat, and heart. We give them our thanks. Engines off, lights fade, but the bond remains. See you next time, partner.